Welcome back to Lone Oak Farm 17 for episode 39 with me, MrSealyp. Here we are again, and things have changed rather a lot. It got to about 10 o'clock in the morning and obviously warmed up just enough that the ground cleared of snow. We can now see our fields again, which is wonderful. I brought back the cultivator from field 24, 22 and 23, so I'm going to pull that up. We've got a couple of things we need to do. So, let's park that up there, drop that off. I'll take this over here. I was hoping it wouldn't be as misty. The sun is trying to come out. You can kind of see behind. It's definitely not as murky as it was, which is good. The plough I'm going to put onto the oh dear. No, I just keep saying that the voucher. I shouldn't really keep saying that. We're going to put that on. So I'll drop that down. I have had quite a few offers on the excavator from the sale episode. Quite a few, I'll be honest, with quite a few very interesting offers. And I decided the best way of doing it, because some of the offers were really great, and I thought, oh, I could do it based upon the offers they've given, which is fair enough. All the prices were about around the same mark. Somebody offered me, how much was it? It was something like $13, so it was hilarious. But anyway, where am I going? Oh yeah, I remember now. So what I decided to do was speak to my kids. We wrote down all the names of the people that were that had made offers that were interested, slung them in a hat, and one of my kids drew a name out. So, Jesse, Goodnight, you are the proud recipient of the 902 excavator. What I am going to do is head to the store in this. I've already taken the truck down there. I've leased the Goldhofer, which how would you say it, low loader. We're going to whiz over to the sheep farm, pick up the excavator, take it up to Lone Oak to the pick up drop off point kind of thing, and that will be winging its way to you. So congratulations, Jesse, you are the proud owner. But here's the other really quite cool thing. I mentioned in the other episode when I paid for this, the Challenger, that Jimmy at Agco, we had this for a year, and the deal was that we bought it. Well, when I did that episode, Jimmy contacted me and said, you know what, if you're interested in a tracked Challenger, no problem at all. So what we're going to do, we can trade this one in and get a tracked one, and the money that we paid for this will go towards a tracked version, because I suppose from their perspective we're still buying a Challenger, and if we end up buying a more expensive one, they're going to be more than happy with that. So today it's tracked Challenger time. You know the other reason why? I've been watching Millennial Farmer. I've said this a few times now, and they're in the midst of soybean at the moment. They're doing their soybean harvesting. It's taken a while because the soybean kept on taking on loads of moisture. They've had snow and cold weather and rain, and they just weren't drying out enough for them to harvest. But they got leased a tracked Challenger from Agco, and I've been watching their episodes thinking, oh, I really want to use one of those in game again. So that's what we're going to do. There we go. There's the truck with the Goldhofer. We'll use that in a minute. And I thought, as soon as Jimmy came back to me with the offer, I thought, well, isn't it weird? Look, 10:17, and the store's not open. I suppose technically it is Sunday, isn't it? So I don't know whether. Yeah, that's true. Anyway, so this has been brilliant. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's awesome. The one thing I will miss is having a front attacher as well, because obviously the tracked ones don't. Brilliant mod, brilliant bit of kit, high horsepower. Having bought the T9 a couple of episodes back, which is pulling what, 595, is it? 596 horsepower? This was 517, so technically the T9 is going to replace this, and the new tracked one is going to be a higher horsepower. So all good. Let's have a look then. So we'll repair it first, $75, and then we sell it for $352. So that's our trade-in. Actually, that hasn't lost anything, has it? When I looked at buying them, it worked out about $348, didn't it? Because we paid them $300. How come I made so much money back on that? That's weird. Okay, well, I'm not knocking it. No, that's not the one I want. I'm excited. I don't know why. Now I have thought, and I can't remember whether I've got the horse aggravation pack. I used 3 metre wide tracked one on oak fields. I think I'm going to go with the standard. We have got a few options here though, because obviously I've got all the ones, the sort of pre-order, you know, offers and deals, and oh, I've gone past them, haven't I? Oh, what am I doing? Have I not got them installed after all that? I haven't, no. There was the Viper and the Anaconda. I haven't. I've got the standard ones. Okay, so it's the MT700E. Nice. Don't get me wrong. MT800. Do I go with the 800? So I've just bought the T9, so I'm not going to go with the MT900. I think we're going to go with the MT800. Yeah, because I want tracked. So let's go with the... Right, the 845 is 492. The 865 is 592. The 875 is 646 horsepower. How much is that going to set us back? 473,000. We just made back 352. You know what? Let's do it. Oh yeah. Tracked Challenger. I do like these. They are really cool. Hopefully we'll be getting the new versions, won't we, in FS19? They should be tweaked a little bit, the more up-to-date models, but we'll see. So let's jump in it. Up go the steps. Now, one thing that I've noticed watching Millennial Farmer is he said, I think he's got narrower tracks. Now, I'm sure the one he's got is 3 metre track, like width on his. How quiet it is. He can't get over how quiet it is. That looks so good. Very nice. Okay, now we have got some seeding to do of fields 22 and 23 to put grass in the ground. The temperature isn't quite there yet. It's still in the blue, but I'm going to go for it with the grass. The temperature is going up. It's not going to be long, and we're going to be right in that window. So I'm going to get the grass in the ground. But here's the other contract, and this is the one I kind of alluded to it the other day about me being in the woodland. I'm just thinking, what should I do? Actually, you know what? We'll go and collect the excavator first, I think. Much as I really want to drive this. Let's hop out. Now, this is a contract from, and it says, contract offer from local backwards good old boy. Just call me Al. I recently purchased field 52 and it was used as a grass field, or is used as a grass field, but I want to grow organic corn. Unfortunately, I don't have the right equipment to do so. If you could work the field for me, I will pay you $2,000 for every 1,000 litres of organic corn you get off the field. So it'll probably double up what we'd normally get. But to be organic, I would like 3 stages of organic fertiliser. First stage, oilseed radish, then pig manure, then pig slurry. And it needs to be ploughed. So when the corn is ready, please deliver it to, and then there's some coordinates on the map. That's the edge of the forest down by field 48 and 51 that I mentioned before, which is down here, this forest here. Now I started doing lumber down here and suddenly remembered. So I've got to deliver the corn down here. And it says, just honk the horn 3 times when you drop it off. The corn is for a little project of mine. When the product is done, around the fall time, I will let you know when, I will have a crate of it dropped off at your local hunting cabin by the pond, where I'm sleeping at night. The crate will look like poplar saplings, but the product will be hidden inside. Just don't let the local sheriff find out. P.S. You can use the field when it's not in use for corn. So, I don't know what might be going on in the woods, but we get some of the product, whatever ends up coming out of it. Let's get the lights on this. So, we're going to pick up the excavator and take that first, and then we're going to do some seeding on 22 and 23, and I'm going to take the voucher over to field 52, and we'll get that ploughed straight away. We'll get on that. And then the problem is, because that field is a grass field, it's quite thin, quite narrow, fairly small. It's fenced in as well, so I'm not going to be able to use my massive seeder. Whoa, no, it passed them. I won't be able to use my massive seeder, so I'm going to have to lease a seeder to do the oilseed radish and then put the corn in the ground. And I've just got to hope the pigs have produced enough slurry and manure to do the fertilising steps. Fingers crossed, we should be alright on that one. And then hopefully once we get inside that window, soybean will crack on. Get a load of soybean in the ground because that's what we need to be doing. Now the question is, what shall I do? Probably need to turn it around first, don't I? That'd be interesting. I'll do that. Because the pickup's still there. It's quite a long trailer as well. Austin Powers moment. Oh, I know what I'll do. Hang on. I'll just click that. And then swing this round. It's going to be easy. Oh, crikey. There you go. Get both fences on the way around. It's going to be easier to turn this and the whole thing and then just re-hook up. There we go. Right, so. Hook up. So we'll just click that again. Oh, might kick that a little bit. Let's go and get the excavator. What I'll do is I'll bring it round, it'll come up through the woodland, then take it up onto here, and then we can transport it. Brilliant. Okay. Where are we? Wool is still going great guns. The sheep are doing a phenomenal job. Very happy with that. Let's get through here. Just around the back of this shed. It's so strange now the snow's gone. I kind of got used to it over the last, well, however many episodes it was with the snow on the ground. So, let's jump in this. Let's tie that up. Now it does seem like it was a bit of a waste of money getting this, but well, to be fair, we'll get some back on this as well, won't we, when we sell it on. So, to be fair, buying the track Challenger hasn't really cost us that much. Trade in, we've coughed up probably another 100,000, 120,000. I'm going to get around 70 odd for this. I think all in all it's cost us about 50 grand. So, oh, I've got a lot of stumps need sorting out here. I couldn't see them under the snow. Now I've just got to hope this goes up on here now, because it's going to be really embarrassing if it doesn't. Come on, please tell me it fits. Yep, we're on. Whether it will stay on, of course, that's a whole nother ball game. Right, let's drop that down a little bit, just to there. Seems a bit wobbly. Fingers crossed. It's not too bad. We'll take this a bit steady, I think. Actually, this is probably the perfect loader for doing this, isn't it? Low enough to the ground that it keeps the centre of gravity down, wide enough that I can get the tracks on it. There's plenty of modded versions, but they all seem to sit quite high, so yeah, perfect. Happy with that. Right, well, this is going off then. I'm going to drive up to Lone Oak, not Lone Oak, Lone Wolf, and we'll drop it off there. And I'll see you again in a minute. What we'll be doing is Taking the Challenger up to grab the seeder. I know we've got to come all the way back to here again, but we'll do that. Just remembered as well, we've got the Hatzenbichler seed thing as well, haven't we? Seems like such a long time ago. We did all the seeding last spring. Okay, so Jesse, it's on its way to you now. Fantastic. I've just got back to the yard and realised what an absolute mess it is. Just been leaving vehicles all over the place. Right, let's put this away. That will need topping up at some point. Whoops. Thank you for Nimrod for mentioning. I kept forgetting because it was quite bumpy over the ground that you can widen the track. I always forget. So for the rest of field 34 I did that and it was far more stable, a lot less bumpy and rocky all over the place, which was lovely. Now I'm going to use the smaller plough rather than the eco-till, only because that field is quite small and I'm just worried with turning and stuff. I don't know how easily that will turn in the space I've got, so that's why I'm going with that. I think I'm going to do that first. Actually, I was going to close that down. The thing I need to do is turn off the lights in here. Thank you. Let's put this away. I had this on the Rayboard Xylor that was doing some stump grinding. I'll need to do some more. Actually, I could use the... No, we just bought the Challenger. I haven't actually used the T9 yet, have I? Think. That's definitely going to be used for seeding and all sorts, isn't it? Shut that down. Right, so let's jump into the Valtra. He's pointing the right way now. Look up the wrong side. Okie dokie. Field 52 it is. And at least now I can see the ground. I'm not going to be charging across the middle of fields. Not as much anyway. If I haven't been seeded or anything yet I can, it's not a problem, but don't want to be doing it across fields that have crops in whatever capacity. So, yeah, right, I'll be there in a minute. And so on the ground, the different areas of the darkness of spray where the sprayer went all over the place. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant. And as far as I'm aware, 52 is directly ahead of here, isn't it? I've got myself oriented correctly. It's just this way, isn't it? There you go, it's more of those crops that withered and perished by the side of the field. So we've got 52 is here. It is. It's very narrow. Yes, I'm not going to get a big seeder in here. I'm not going to get any big vehicles in here at all. So this is why this kind of made sense to do it this way. Let's drop that down. Now how close to the edge does it go? About there. Okay, right. It does just go right out to the edge. Right, I think what I'll do, let's get a worker on that, because I did ploughing in the last episode. So I'll let that plough, and then we need to put oilseed radish in the ground, cover crop. When that comes through its first stage, we'll cultivate that in, and then we'll put pig slurry on first or manure? Which means we're going to get. We'll need a muck spreader because we haven't done any muck spreading, but it'll be a much smaller scale. So again, that will just be leased. We'll just bucket a load into a muck spreader. Like I say, it's not a huge field, but we'll get some organic corn going in there. Right, so let's go and get the Challenger. Challenging times are ahead. Haha. I think I'm losing my mind. Hope you've been enjoying the Mud Runner videos. I thought I'd put some more up again. I've been quite enjoying that. Been having a few issues and dilemmas, but that's all part and parcel of the plan. Yeah, I'm enjoying that. And I think what I'm going to do today, I think I'm going to pre-order Red Dead Redemption 2. Been watching the trailers for that, and it looks brilliant. So yeah, probably get online and pre-order that. So yeah, busy old times. Black Ops 4 was out. Then we've got the DLC for Mud Runner American Wilds on the 23rd, 26th. Red Dead Redemption 2, 20th of November. Farming Simulator 19. Busy times and not enough hours in a day. Please, you've got to be kidding me. Helper F is blocked by an object. Okay, let's go and check that in a minute. Let's go and grab this Challenger. Seems to have a lot of lights on everywhere still. It's weird. That one's still on though. Don't know. Anyway, let's go. Yeah, when I was watching Millennium Farmer the other day, they were harvesting their corn, and they have a great big auger wagon, pretty much like this one here. Pretty much like this one. And the Challenger was pulling it up a hill across the field at 17 miles an hour, like it wasn't pulling anything. It was amazing, incredible to watch. So let's hook up to that and get that out. Hang on a minute. How is that empty? That's a bit odd. That shouldn't be empty. Well, we have got some, that's alright. I can't come out that way, can I? Right, let's do that. I can come out straighter, can't I? That's what I need to do. That's better. Need to come out straight. Need to get some more seed in this as well. So let's go. That's better. This is going to be quite a long proposition for moving around that field, but I'm sure we'll be okay. The seed is inside here, isn't it? So we'll just very, very quickly disconnect that again. Get that open. Let's get some seed on board. So what's that taken from the bags? No, it's good. So remember though, the bag's down the floor here. and it was charging me, and I thought that doesn't make any sense because there's a freezer here. Although they're not going. Am I taking it from here? That should still be charging, shouldn't it? Oh, there you go, one's gone, that's alright. Cool. Just seems to take a long time. It's hard to see the bags because they blend in with the concrete colour. It's not full. That would be odd if it was full. Oh, the ploughing problem, I went and checked. It was simply it got to the end of the field and it hit the fence, so I just stuck a headland in. Put a headland in, no problem whatsoever. Right, so we're looking now, shall we? That's weird. Okay, well that should be enough, I hope. So we change that to sunflower, sugar beets, wheat, barley, canola, soybean, cover crop. Hang on a minute. Oh, please tell me this does grass. Please, I've picked the only one that doesn't do grass. You've got to be kidding. I thought it did all of it. Great Plains. No, it doesn't. Oh, come on. What does? Oh, blimey. Why did I not know that? That does. That does. Is that? I suppose that's the only downside. It does all of the crops, but not the one I want. Oh, that's so annoying. Which means leasing something smaller, which will take ages. How much is it to lease the Condor? 20 grand to put some grass in the ground? You've got to be kidding me. The Lemken Solitaire, 10 grand, a bit cheaper. What's that? 12 metre. What we got this end? Stara, 14.4 metre, that's 18 grand. Good grief. Why are these so ridiculously expensive? Horse Pronto, that's 9 metres, isn't it? Oh yeah, I suppose they don't, do they? How much is that to lease? 8. Now, why have I not used the Solitaire before? I'm sure this had issues, didn't it, way back? Oh, you know what? Let's lease it. That's 10 grand though. Mind you, I could probably use that in. Oh no. No, because it doesn't do corn, does it? Oh, blimey. Well, this again. This is not going how I thought, is it? You know. Typically. You know what? I just decided. Let's just go for it. Why not? We've got the Hatzenbichler Terminator TH18 on the back. We put about 3,330 litres of fertiliser it too. This will do grass. Oh, I hope I didn't read this wrong. There we go. It's on grass. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a beast. It is massive. I thought, you know what? Why not? We might as well get the job done a lot quicker. We've got it leased, so there's no reason at all why. If the temperature doesn't come up a little bit, we might be able to get something else in the ground as well with it, so we can sort of kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And that's the beauty of having this as our intermediary seed tank, is that because of what we've already got our seeder, leasing this doesn't affect what's in this tank. So as soon as I give that back, it's not like I'm going to give it back with a load of seed and fertiliser in it, because that's all in this. So it kind of works out. Let's open it up, shall we? Oh, it's brilliant. I mean, it just seems just to be absolute overkill for planting grass, but doesn't matter, does it? Right, let's turn it on. Let's drop it down. Oh no, I've just remembered I've got crop here, haven't I? I've got to watch the edge, haven't I? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's all going to be grass. It's not too much of a worry. I've just got to watch this fence line, haven't I? Otherwise I'm going to get the cedar caught up in the fence. Wow. This Challenger pulls it no problem at all. So what I need to do is turn about now. I might have to go back and do the corner. No, caught it. Too good to be true. Let's go around that way. It's hard to manipulate the tracked vehicle and that on the back. Come on. Okay, right. Let's try that again, shall we? That looks a bit better. Turn it on, drop it down. Yeah, there's some bits I miss, aren't there? Okay, right, we're back on it. We're back on it. There we go. Straighten up a bit. Perfect. Wow. That's why these bits of machinery were invented. Big fields done in no time. Enjoying this immensely. Having a track Challenger is always cool. It's a little bit earlier though, don't I? I think about now. That's better. Slightly up a bit. About now. There we go. This is going to go over the other bit, isn't it? Yes, I'm very, very careful here. I can turn this on a sixpence, which is going to make life a little bit easier actually. So I can whip this round. Like that. I'm still going to go over a little bit here, but not anywhere near as much as it could have done. Straighten up. Perfect. I think I might have a couple of gaps. Right, this bit's going to be tricky. We're going around that way. Oh, looking okay. Actually, that really could have been a lot worse. Nice, make sure that boundary goes right the way across and we're getting somewhere. Brilliant! Brilliant, brilliant. We're back in spring, we are planting, seeding. I'll say seeding. Sowing, let's just go with sowing. We're sowing seeds. so carried away with myself. Just enjoying watching it too much. There are definitely going to be a couple of gaps here and there which I'm going to have to go back and tidy up. A couple of turns that weren't as tight as they could have been or should have been. So I'll get back to those. That, well, top corner, bottom corner, top corner actually, because we're facing north, aren't we? That top northwest corner. We'll get there. So I'd say hopefully the temperature will rise rapidly enough. There's a bit over here that on the ground just in front of me. That's has to be redone. That we'll be able to get on with the rest of the seeding fairly soon. Hopefully the wool situation will be almost there as well. For Eric, that's not going to be far off. We're on the set now that will give us 10,000 litres and he wants 11, so we won't be far off that either. Spin that round now. Yep, missed a gap again. Oh man, come on. What are you doing? I think it's because I've got tracks articulated to the seed tender, then articulated to the Hatzenbichler, and it's big, it's unwieldy. I just need to get my head around it. I didn't seem to have too much problem with the Great Plains Y, whichever one it is, Y thingammy bobby. But we are nearly there. And I think with that we have sold the excavator, we've bought a Challenger, we've ploughed field 52, we're seeding field 23 and 22, and we've come to the end of this episode. This may be a slightly short one, I think. I'm just trying to think when it comes to editing it might be, but we are getting back into the field work again, which I'm happy about. All good stuff, and look at the colours again, wonderful. The snow's exciting and fun, but you kind of, you know, after a while I think just being white, you want the colour back again, and it's back. So let's close that up, spin ourselves around. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free, and if you want to share this video, then please be my guest, whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.